All right, okay. It's time we make our own patch for the game. Where are we? Yes, we're gonna. Where am I? We're going to use the power of the internet and this digital piece of paper over here to write our own patch notes for the game that we. It's definitely going to be put in the game. 100%. I can tell you, we're going to make this together. All right, all you lot in the chat. So yeah. We're gonna have suggestions, and I'm going to take your suggestions and maybe mess around with your buffs and whatnot, and nerfs, and we'll see what kind of game we can make, and we'll try and have a look at them in practice mode to see it, theorize how it would work, how it would end up. Right? Okay. So first things first, we're going to go to practice. Natives versus Sector. Yes, nerf or buff either one of them as you wish in this patch we're about to make. Okay, right. So first step, gameplay changes. Oh, let me get some text. Let me use some text for this. G. Gameplay changes. Where did... Hey. This thing's just disappeared. Okay. Ignore that. Okay, we go again. Okay. Gameplay changes.
That's very bad. Poor content.
Yeah, thanks. Okay, so we got gameplay changes going on here. Make it a little slicker. There we go. There we go. To outline it a little bit. Boom. It's looking official, right? Gameplay changes, and then so MK1 official patch notes. All right. So in the chat, just fucking turbo fire your gameplay changes. Turbo fire them. All right. What are we doing? What are we doing to change the game? Like, this is general mechanics. Oh wait. So this is things like flawless block, the way the meter works, all that. Just throw out some ideas. More grips. Okay, right. The first one is more grips. What we're gonna do to change that? More grips. Are we gonna get this to work? Bros. Oh, I'm gonna like go off of some of your ideas. Bros now have. They're 10 frames, aren't they? So the throws now have 5 active frames, right? So this
Cyrax.
all throws now have 5 active frames, right? Let's have a look what that means here. All right, so in this game, Cyrax is active for 2. The regular throw is active for 2. Let me switch this over. So if this went up to 5, it would mean, you know, when people duck your throw and then start micro-ducking you and then stand up and punish you, it would mean they'll have 3 frames less to do that, so you'll end up scumming people out with grabs that they shouldn't even be getting hit by. Incredible gameplay change. All right. What else we got? We'll do like a handful of gameplay changes, and then we'll go through some characters. 2-bar breakers. All right, whatever. We're putting 2-bar breakers in. 2-bar breaker. That's a massive buff to Serena. It means every time you do anything, you always have a breaker. So let's see. What else we got going on here? So Shujinko becomes a playable character. But that's we'll do that later. All projectiles do double damage and have greater pushback. Okay. All projectiles do double damage and have greater pushback. Okay, so think who's going to be absolutely insane with this change? I know I'd be good with this. You could play Spectre or Katana. Who's got like you'd want a character with a plus projector. It's probably gonna be Sector, isn't it?
Sonya Blade. Sonya Blade.
Okay, right. Double damage.
Academy.
6, so this can do 12%. This can do 12%. How much pushback has this got? Oh yeah, so you're just never getting in. That'd be good. Yeah, love that. And on top of that, she's already jumping back. You're just never getting. Oh yeah, and Sonya. Every time you block the. Oh, actually, this move already puts you basically full screen. What this does is because it's gonna follow the rules. This is now gonna create a new width of the stage where you have double full screen. Because this patch note has to still apply, right? So you're at full screen, now you're at double full screen. All right, yeah, amazing. Great quality of life change for the game. All right, let's have a look what else is going on. No, we're not talking character specifics. I'm just showing off what the thing would mean first, and then we'll go on to do some characters afterwards. Double full screen, yeah, exactly. Let me put that in the patch notes actually. New width. Oh, it says give me the length for the length for stave. Double full screen. Okay. Wake up specials have invincibility. That's an MK9 change, isn't it? Wake up. Oh, Wakus are now invincible. Grabs that are uplocked lead to full combos. We've already got more grips. Every stage is rooftop times 2. Exactly. Let's have a look. Let's see. Let me think of one I can change. If everyone poke specials. Nah, that's getting. Right, we got to nerf some stuff. We got to nerf some stuff actually. Hold on. What are we nerfing? Oh, that's an interesting one. Sorry. Alright, hold on. We'll do that. I'm taking it. I'm taking it the opposite direction. All right. So we got around here saying round timer doesn't reset between rounds and can be longer to compensate. We ain't changing it like that. We're doing. All right, you ready? Round timer doesn't reset between rounds, and on the second round, actually no. Every Wait, is it a consecutive? Yeah, round. Just expelling it with a Q. Every consecutive round, the timer halves. Thoughts, anyone? So, like, you win a round, there's 10 seconds left. Yeah, it was a long round. Round 2, the round starts, 5 seconds left. Us? Okay, yeah, brilliant then. Yeah. Us to 3 is back. No, we're doing... Ranked is now first to death. Actual Mortal Kombat. Okay, let's do some characters in there. We get carried away. We get carried away with doing these kind of changes. Pick a character. Anyone in the game, pick a character. I'm gonna nerf or buff your character. Now, next one after Nightbot. Quan Chi. Okay, let's do Quan.
Quan Chi. Sonya Blade. Wu Shi Academy.
Alright, okay. Oh, let me change the text so I get this right as well. Well, now I've moved on to character changes, starting off with Quan Chi here. This is like Combat Cast. So, everybody knows that Quan Chi is a premier zoner, blah, blah, blah. But now we've given him 2 boots. So he's got, he's got, well, we're giving him 3 boots because he's got this. But we're giving him 2 boots. So he jumps in the air, does a drop kick, yeah? But one boot comes from behind you, and the other boot comes from either above you or in front of you, yeah? So now he's just got a homing boot, yeah? And one of them is going to go low, and one of them is going to go overhead, so it's unblockable. All right, let's see. What other wacky buffs could you give this character? There's one portal that does everything. That would be a sick buff, actually. One portal that gives like it's all armors the same, so you get what is it? Yeah, he gets all 3 of them, but he gets one portal that does all of them. Thoughts, anyone? What players, you like that? The Omni portal, exactly. Us. No. I'm gonna let you cook. You like that idea? Yeah, let's do this. I mean, I can actually do it so that your character gets stuff that you'd like, a character would like. I'd make this have no gap. I'll just remove all of his gaps. I'll actually just remove every gap that he has. And his down one is 7, and then I'd give him 1,000 health. That would be Quan Chi sorted. And his Omni portal would cost a bar. No, it wouldn't cost a bar. I'd probably remove armor portal and just give him Omni portal so he has all of them at the same time. I guess with this though, it would stop him from. It would change him up a lot because he'd be doing all of the shit that is gapless, yeah. So he'd be able to press buttons a lot safer. But the armor portal wouldn't be as stupid because he's always going to push you away, right? But he's pushing you away and armoring up at the same time. So that means that instead his game would revolve around zoning you out and winning the trade, right? He'd be winning the trade. So he'd armor and push you away. He'd have 1,000 health, and then he'd be doing his double boot, yeah, the double boot to win the trade. Boom. Now Quan is doing zoner stuff, has a bit of health, he's got some strings, and you're not stuck blocking him for eternity when he's got 1 bar into an armor portal. Boom. Sorted. I think that would make him better to play against and better to play as. Oh, let's see character changes. Bad. All right, thoughts on that? Anyone in the chat? Low boot. We ain't crazy. Low boot to nuts. Oh yeah, I remember someone was saying when you do the Omni boot, like the new boot, you leave your boot up their ass. That could be a brutality. All right. My 7-frame cab string. I've given him a 7-frame down one. You can't have it all. You can't have it all. Giving you loads. Okay, I'll give you 1,000 health. Okay, let me write this down in the patch notes. We'll write down in the patch notes. Quan Chi. What did I say? Remove armor portal. Replaced with Omni. What is this? Omni portal. Omni, which is wait, he's a portal that is all 3 combined. Green, purple, green, purple, yellow. Is it new move? Double portal drop kick. Unblockable kick from anywhere on the screen. No gaps. No gappos in any string. 1,000 health. And 7 frame down 1. Yeah, so we're giving him any objections. Give him chance. No, we ain't giving him chance. Move caption with strings. I've already said that. That was like one of the earlier things. Okay. No objection. He needs it. He needs it. Man can have permanent armor. A homeland has a chance to damage himself while shooting lasers. We've taken over the. I'm taking over this. Your changes are all just nonsensical. Not like good old Omni Portal here. Give me the next character. Someone, give me the next character. I'll see if they need buffing on Earth. Then. Harvick. Okay. It's gone from a troll to actually making the changes. Suggesting some changes. We're doing Harvick, right?
Harvick. Harvick. Sonya Blade. Sonya Blade. Wu Shi Academy.
Alright, okay. First things first, his health's gone. He's going to 1,000 health. We're not having this 1,200 health meta with actual potato. Was it potato this and then cover it with tremor and all that? But doing that to compensate for his nerf, I think we're gonna nerf his damage a little bit, honestly. Yeah, nerf his damage just a little bit, so he's gonna have less health, he's gonna do less damage. But we're gonna make his yeah. Oh, I'm not enough health. What? Think. Yeah, I'm gonna make this 1 bar, and I'm gonna make it so he doesn't need to be below 30. But then I'm gonna scale the damage more on that. So when he hits you, this is what it's gonna be. It's gonna be he's gonna hit you, and he's gonna keep putting you in this low damage. Like it's gonna be low risk. No, it's gonna be low risk, low reward, constant spend at the bar where you have to just like you're fighting tethered against him a lot. Opinions, thoughts. So he's going to have less health, it's going to do less damage, he's going to scale more on the tether, but his whole thing will be about the tether. So he's going to put you in a tether, and then you got to guess on if you're going to armor it or not, basically, because he spent the bar already. You object? Yeah, objection overruled. You can tether and keep him close to him. Well, he doesn't need to, does he? He's tether and then snap his own neck. He does that. He still has that. It's just that the follow-up, there'll be no like do the things to make it scale less. It's just going to be you're going to do the snap and you're just going to get less damage. You get less damage, but you're going to do it more. And his whole thing is he is now the tether character. Not make it work like Icon. What, so like you can't escape him. That would be an interesting change, actually. Yeah, making it work like Icon, because then you wouldn't be able to escape him. The thing is, he's not that great up close. He's okay. He ain't the greatest though. He's... Alright, so let me write down these changes. So we do Havoc, Havoc, let's see, 1,000 health, Tether, has no minimum health required. Tether combos scale, so he's doing like, let's see, what a bit. How much is reasonable for the bar? Let's say you can get like a max of 17%. So the yeah, I think that'd be all right because he's building bar while he's hitting you. He's spending the bar to get what is essentially going to be free damage, but you don't have an infinite resource to do it. What else did I say? That's good too. Right, yeah, any Havoc players in here, what are your thoughts? Would you like to play your character when you're constantly just tethering people? You're doing less damage, but you're constantly tethering people. I mean, that's just off the top of my head. There's obviously other stuff you do. This is good, not great. But you don't want it to be great, you want it to be good. It would make him a bit more interesting, I think, than... Or it'd just be another thing he can do other than just doing stand 2 into guess, into tremor. Seems meter intensive. It would be, but it'd be a bar for 3 damage, wouldn't it? Like 1 bar. I'm making it 1... Oh, yeah, that's what I was saying. I was making it 1 bar. Tether is now 1 bar. Boom. There you go. Boom. Tether is 1 bar. And then... Yeah, I think... What else would you possibly want to change with him? Like, for an MK fan, I'd give Havoc more classic moves. But I don't think it'd be a good idea to give him the... Hold on, I've got a... I think I've got a thing for it here, actually. Where is it? Harvard.
Choices, stranger. State your intentions, or hear the shattering of your spine.
I'll give him moves like that. Yeah? You with me? The low fireball he used to have, that was pretty cool. I can break his neck for absolutely no reason. Well, that's the tether, isn't it? That's part of the tether. Has he got any taunts that are like that? There you go. You can do that. Boom. All right, okay. On to the next character. Let's see. After first character after Nightbot. Reptile. All right, okay. Reptile's an easy one. All you have to do for Reptile is make him Reptile. I'll show you what I mean.
Reptile. Sonya Blade. Wuxia Cat.
Oh, I lost! Oh! The end of my life, that is! What a come, mate!
Real Reptile players know that this Reptile in this game is not Reptile.
Been front, mate. Fuck off!
Real Reptile is doing this and then running in behind it. Yeah? That's how you play Reptile. In all the games that he's in. In this game, he's got whatever this is. Which is whack. So now, I'm just going to give him slow and fast force ball. He's going to have him again. So now he just gets to run behind it. Boom. And then, other than that, I'd make this gapless. -6. I'd make... Actually, no. That could stay -7 because he's already got something to compensate for that. He's got that in here. So you can keep the -7, but it can be gapless instead. But yeah, he's gonna have meterless this. His invisibility. Oh yeah, I'd give him the MKX invisibility as well, just to go ham. But like you'd be able to do. Oh, I might even have a video to show this. Basically, whatever you do, like this would become plus, like if you EX it, like in MK10. So you do like string, EX, invisibility, frame trap, and then it's invisible off of that. See that? But that is what I do for him. Because Reptile's sick when he's doing this and invisibility shit. Nimble. I mean, Nimble was kind of whatever, but Deceptive was the real stuff with him. About back... No, I'm not making that 0. He's already got strings that cover the weak... It's still got to be like... have weaknesses to certain things. don't know. Yeah, maybe you could speed up his slide a bit as well. And yeah, his acid. Basically, all of his projectiles are going to classic versions. This is going to be a quick move. It's not going to be 23 frames. It's going to be like, I don't know, between like 15 and 20, something really quick. Yeah, so like Tana fan sort of speed, like it used to be. And then what else would you do for him? Yeah, I don't think you'd need to do anything for him because like you don't even need to make this 0. You could do, like in theory, you'd be doing that and making it plus. Just give it MKX rules, you'd be like minimum +4 off of everything because he was always plus. And then from there, he was always doing a mix-up, right? While he's invisible. So another thing I'd give him. It only does 5%. I'd make that 7. Make it 7 or give it the noob cybot flip. No, they changed noobs and Reiko's overheads, so then you could launch with an assist. Or if you wanted to just keep this knockdown, make it 7 or 9, something. You need some like stays 5 and get a safe jump. How plus you got to be? It's 40. I think that's got to be plus 43 to get a safe jump. Then you could do better things than a safe jump. You could do like, I would give him more synergy with characters like Sonya, for example. Sonya would be able to get overhead. Yeah, you'd be able to get overhead into ring. So in theory you could do overhead, ring, throw, something like that. Yeah, or you could do invisibility. So like you do overhead invisibility. Oh, that'd be good actually, because then no matter what happens, he's going invisible. You eat the low, he goes invisible. You can combo off that. You eat the overhead, he's going invisible. Both options are safe. That'd be pretty cool. Any characters we've done? Swan, Havoc, and now Reptar. Yeah, okay, Reptar players in the chat. Opinions on this, right? We're gonna write it down the note. Where's my notepad again? Havoc, Reptar. So Reptar, we're giving him all projectiles are now like classic Reptar. Meterless, slow, fastball, quick acid spit. Jesus, acid spit, and then we're gonna give him back to a 7%, and is it plus? I think it's 42. It needs to be on hit, and then EX invisibility. Looks like MKX. All strings. Viz becomes plus. So then that would be fucking sick, actually. He'd be really sick in this game. It basically just turned him into MKX Deceptive. With a move that synergizes with assists. Yeah, that'd be cool. Where am I? That's 40, 42. Yeah, I think it's 42 or something around there. Yeah, safe jump. With that, then you'd also be able to do plenty of other things. All right, let's have a look. Did I say anything else for him? It was projectiles. That 2. And then EX invisibility. Yeah, that's right. Okay. Let's see. Pick another character. After Peachy. Peacemaker. All right. Okay.
Peacemaker. Peacemaker. Sonya Blade. Sonya Blade. Wu Shi Academy.
Alright, let's see. What problems have we really got with Peacemaker? So I think this character is... I think he's actually alright, honestly. Revert force field. You don't even need to... Maybe I'd make the recovery halfway between what it was and what it is, because right now this is a whole seconds worth of recovery to do this. A lot of characters are just going to smack you for doing that, like no problem. You can't have to set it up, and then if you're wasting your time setting this up for what, like you've got enough advantage to do this, you've got enough advantage to do something better, right? Surely. It's kind of a bit wasteful. And then you can pick up with like Motaro, so he's already reflecting. So yeah, force field's going to be better, but not as good as it was. I'd make this gun. All right, so this gun, same. It's going to be a common theme with him, right? The if you want to make him like play better, but I'd reduce this by a couple of frames on whiff. That's like quite a lot of recovery. That's like ice clone levels of recovery for a gunshot. Just make the force field last longer. Yeah, you could do that actually. Or maybe you could do both. Have I done Melina yet? I haven't done Melina yet. Might do her next because I'll definitely change her. But yeah, gun and force field changes. And I'd -7 mid eagly. Now, because the way I think Peacemaker is meant to be played, right? He's meant to be played around force field because that's like on paper his strongest thing. But people end up playing him by just doing torpedo and all this like potato shit. And yeah, and then it's like this. They're just kind of frauding you out. That's pretty much what Peacemaker players are doing. They're frauding you out. I think he's meant to be a solid, like, have a strong neutral game type of character. Make his torpedo in mid. This move was too stupid. Well, okay, right, okay. You can have this as a mid. You can have your pre-patch Peacemaker torpedo back, right? You can have it back. But the only thing you cannot do with this is an assist. So, like, you can do this, no assist. But there's no torpedo into Ferro. There's no torpedo into anything. Nothing to cover it to make it safe. Oh yeah, it'll be faster. And okay. Alright, let me write these down before I forget them. Alright, here we are. We're up to Peacemaker. Alright, so we get half the recovery. Actually, recovery halfway between what it was and what it is now. This force field. So this, can't remember how much recovery I had before, but it was definitely not a lot, and right now it's definitely a lot. Revert torpedo, but you cannot assist on block. Yeah, sounds right. Torpedo, but no assist. So you get to punish everything that you'd like, as if it was like a Johnny shadow kick. You know, you just punish everything on reaction. If you're wrong, you get cooked. Slight reduction on recovery for the whiff gunshot. What else is there about him? I think mostly he's all right. Like, if you wanted to make him a bit more solid in the way you play him, I think that'd be reasonable. Like, let him play with the force field. then you'd be able to play a game of, right, that you'd be doing, you have your force field up, they do anything, like with anything, you torpedo it. They can't throw a projectile at you, can they? Take away the flawless damage on that.
Holy, shut the fuck up.
I mean, that's fine. I don't really matter because you can just do 2-2, you can do 1-2. Like all of his strings and stuff are safe. You don't actually have to change any. I think all of his strings and the way his buttons work are really good. Like this is basically pre-patch Johnny Cage 1-1. It's the same thing, but he's not got a fast mid to frame trap you with. But he does have a long mid to whiff punish anything you mash on him with. So he's got a mind game of, are you going to backdash, stand still, press a button, all that kind of thing going on. But everything else is alright. This, they already nerfed that. It's fine. I think for the most part, Peacemaker's alright. Is there a patch? Yeah, we're making one. This is our patch. We're gonna send it in our document, alright? Our document to NetherRealm. Okay, right, let's do Melina because I wanted to look at that one. Make the forward 4 string fully safe. That would be the most useless change. Alright, so
Melina, Kitana, Sonya Blade, Sonya Blade. Woo, she.
do Cyrax. I don't know what you change about Cyrax though. Right, first and most obvious thing is this is no longer going to be punishable. This is always going to be -5 if they flawless block it or not. Absolutely, this is always going to be -5. And compensation for that is she's going to lose between like 3 and 5% off of everything she's doing. She hits really hard, but she's also really risky. So I'm going to like reduce her risk basically by 100%. Reduce her damage by about 5. Melina players in the chat, any comments? She's already, if she didn't have that particular problem, this is like to start Melina actually. If she didn't have that particular problem, I think she'd be a much better character. Just nerf all of her stuff, maybe add 2 frames to everything. No, we're making some reasonable changes here. The only change she needs to be able to cancel off the first bit of forward 4 to be... That'd be pretty hard, actually, yeah. I think... Alright. So, when Melina's in this mode, right? When they're doing all this stuff, first off, this stuff actually sucks. Like, it's just bad. So if you could do what Clockwork is saying and cancel the first hit of forward 4 into like a low side or something, extend to anything else, into a jab or something, that would be sick. That would make this worth doing. Make EXI 1 bar. Yeah, totally make that 1 bar. You never see this move. It's like, it's not like the reward for it is so drastic, but it's worth 2 bars. Yeah, EXI, that's 1 bar. 1-2, gonna be no flawless block punish. That's always gonna be -5. But then she's got a good grab string. Have a good grab string. She'll have good mid. She'll have a threatening overhead when she's in fatal blow install thing. The first hit of this would have to be up block punishable though, because it should be doing. Oh, would it? I don't even know that it would. She could call out your up block and do like, imagine that stand 1 is a forward 4. Yeah, she could do like that and then just do that. And she could call it out if you're on that layer. But honestly, people are just gonna not get hit by that anyway. He's gonna eat that. Yeah, the problem with this at the minute is all this stuff, anything she does into low side, which is what they're all going to fish for, because that's what's giving them the launch, is actually just reactable anyway, so it's kind of ass. What she needs to do is something into sweep, into assist. That's probably the way to do it. I'll do it with Sonya. Yeah, it'd be something along this line. That's the real way to do it because you're not, first off, unsafe or reactable. Alright, let's see. So let's go to our notes. Let's go to our patch notes here. Alright. Right, okay. Melina. We're making what is it? 1-2 is no longer lawless block punishable. Always -5. Alright, so we've got that. Forward 4 is cancelable in was it crazy Tarkat mode or whatever? Is it crazy? It's gonna be crazy Tarkat mode. And then another thing I'd give her, because this is Melina, right? Why has she not got full screen projectiles? Her projectiles actually don't make any sense for the character. The only logic you can get out of her projectiles being this bad is that the further away she is, the more reactable her teleport you can react to with her teleport. But this needs to be full screen. Why is it not full screen? Or like, why is this -22 and not full screen? So you do one or two things. You either make it so this is not -1,000,000, or you make it full screen. I'd probably give her a bit of both, actually. I'd make it less minus and make it full screen, so then she's actually Melina, because Melina's game plan isn't what she's doing in this game. Her game plan is just arse in this game. Traditionally, this is what Melina does. She throw projectiles at you. Got them. Oh, okay. So throw the low side at you to get you to jump. Yeah. And then when you jump, the ball rolls you. This is like Melina 101. Then when she expects that you're sitting there going to block the low side, she starts throwing the high side because this has got better frames, right? So that's where you use the high side. Or you could like less likely to get jumped on, less likely to get punished from close, things like that. I think I'd just complete her because then she'd be able to use the low side, dash up forward for all this stuff, and then when she's in crazy Tarkat, yeah, that'd be sick. I think she'd be pretty sick like that. So let's go back to our notes here. Melina, we're making improving frame data on both sides, high and low. EX size now 1 bar. I think we can keep the up block punish on that because it's hard call out in it. So, and now I go full screen. Boom! Now you got yourself actual Melina. Let's do a couple more characters. Anyone? Any objections? Any objections? Sindel, we've already done one of your characters. I chose after Peachy last time, so we'll wait. Who said Harvick? It wasn't Peachy, was it? Ashra. Lee May. Yeah, I was thinking Lee May as well. Right.
Lee May. Sonya Blade. Sonya Blade. Wuxi Academy.
See, what would I change back? I think with Asher is right. I think stuff she has is good. It's just not omega cheap like the rest of the characters. So it's like, she's a good character in a game where you have to be a stupid character. Best thing she has is flash parry, I think, and the he's plus off of every cancel mind game, right? So she's plus 1 off of everything, plus 2 off some of the things. But then like you get with some of these characters, you get like mind game of strike throw actually. Yeah, so you can bait the poke and all that. So was there a patch where you got baited, mate? We're making our own patch, but we're saying what we've changed on all these characters, yeah. So 9 frame mid forward 3. 9 frame. Does she need a faster mid? Okay. What I would do is, okay, it's the same thing as Melina, right? So Astra's full screen presence is terrible, but you could make that better. They wouldn't make her like a Zona or anything, but this needs to be like Kenshi's slash. You know how Kenshi slash used to? This is basically the Astra equivalent of that move. So it's super negative, but make it like -12, then you can actually use it. Yeah, I'd probably do something like that just to start off with, because I think her problem is full screen light projectile. I was thinking that, but I don't think you'd want to do that for light projectile, because then it'd be full screen and plus it'd be slow, but it'd be like imagine this, yeah. It just becomes style. Yeah, she just become Gaia. I'm saying that one's gonna be fun. No, I'm saying it should be less minus. So, you know, Kenshi. Alright. Down forward one. So Kenshi, his used to be just as minus as what hers is now. You can sort of change it a little bit depending on the spacing that you hit, get them to block it, but ultimately some character like Quan is just going to boot you every time for that. So what I'll do is just make it -12, same as Kenshi, same thing. I saw you just saw my suggested repto changes. Not gonna lie, why don't you dev? That's that. Mate, I'm telling you, I can make anyone that doesn't like their character like their character. I guarantee it. And these are mostly just troll ideas for the most part, but I can definitely make a character sick to play. Like strategically, obviously. What else would you give Astra? I'd give her some other move, right? I think I really like the way her combos end that much, because sometimes you gotta knock yourself into the corner and put yourself in a different stance to get out and all that shit. So I'd give her some other sort of combo ender. But say you do that, and then it'd be like stand 2 into something. Then it'd be like this. Actually, yeah, you shouldn't even need a new one, right? I'd make this, keep them close. There you go, boom. Wouldn't even change it that much. I'd keep that closer. But I wouldn't make her sacrifice all the damage she's getting for it as well. So you can sort of choose what side you end up on without having to do extra shit. You got to do a lot of extra shit with her for that. Other than that, I don't really think she's too horrific to the point where she needs like mega buff. She's just not insanely stupid in an insanely stupid game. The obvious easy change for her would be make this 19 frames. Actually, yeah, make this 19 frames and then take this, leave her close. Now you got a god character. So with those changes, right, she'd have throw loop. Yeah, she'd have throw loop. She'd have whatever her little combo is that I was saying, like, oh, she could do like whatever combo ender, keep close. Doesn't sacrifice damage, and then she'd have an overhead to mess you up for ducking on the throw loop. Boom. And then she'd have a way to make you want to get a bit closer to her in some of these matches. But then discourage you from running away from her.
Listen, I'm gonna take your face, take a shit, and wipe your fucking face with my ass.
Well, that's a good shout, actually, Peachy. In Dark Stance, the throw puts the curses, puts the sins on them. Yes, that's a good shout. So, currently,
Listen, I'm gonna take your face,
and also,
take a shit, and wipe.
also
your
let you
fucking
change
face with my
stance
ass.
when you throw them. So, like, you know how she can do that and change stance now. See how she's gone purple, yeah? She can do that, go purple for free. And then you do that, but then I'd let her change, go purple there. I think you should get an extension of a forward 3 button, like forward 3 1 that hard splats and is safe. That'd be pretty sick, actually. Yeah. Could it be like what's it? Be like that as well. She'd be really good actually if she had that. Give it actually, yeah, just give it like this move here. Stick that on the forward 3, and then she'd have. Oh, okay, yeah, we're actually cooking with Astra right now. Look, she'd have. So you could do boom into. Right, yeah, you could do that. And then obviously make it so that it would connect, or you get your combo ender there, or give her a new one, whatever. She'll keep you close. And then make that have the same effect. So that you could actually use, because no one is playing around this mechanic that she has. This would actually make her mechanic good. They'd be able to get hit by the overhead. The low is also going to be able to get hit as well. And then obviously with this latest buff you had, you can just put that shit back on. So it should be an offensive, like it should be better offensive. She wouldn't be like drastically better from a distance. That would still be her weakness, but you'd have a couple of things extra that she can do around her mechanic. I think that's pretty cool. That would be sick. Pro loop. Overhead. Actually, you wouldn't even. Might not even need to make that. I guess if you wanted to go full MK1 stupidity mode, right? This is what you do. They got say they got the 3 things on them. This would be like Takeda. You know how Takeda has the shuriken on the floor and he throws you and he launches you. Say you got the 3 things on them already, and you're in heaven stance. You could turn that into a launcher on the 3rd strike. That'd be pretty sick. Oh, let's write that down. Let's write all that down. Is all that Astra change is coming up. So, Astra. Hell stance. Down forward 1 is now -12. Worst. What else did I say? Forward 3 is 19 frames. Pro puts 3 debuffs on. Pro, when they have 3 debuffs and she's in heaven stance,
You're a top tier ballsack.
I turn into a launch. Just like Takeda Pro with Shuriken. Was it throw leaves them close? Gonna make down back 2 It's going to have a longer, like a further horizontal hitbox and leave them close as well.
You fuck motherfucker!
All right, so now this has just changed Asher into being scary, and she's playing with a mechanic.
100%, I can tell you. You are the enemy.
Let me do this like a Tekken patch, yeah, like, or is it a Street Fighter patch? The idea is
Bloody bastard!
to play around the debuff mechanic, loop, various offense into it. Boom. All right. Hey, nice one, sir. Yummy cheese. Hey, you've come back for the 3 months. Hey, appreciate it, man. Is this a make all my characters top 1 and everyone else get nerfed? No, it's not. Look, I'll show you what I've done so far. Right? I haven't even done any of my characters. All right, Quan Chi, removing these gameplay changes. They gotta go. They're troll in comparison to the actual god tier changes I've just come up with. Remove armor portal, right? It's replaced with omni portal, which is a portal that combines all 3 portals, green, purple, and yellow, right? So it's got no EX bar for the no EX bar for armor portal. You're not getting stuck in armor and blocking him for eternity anymore. But he does have a portal that does all 3 things at once. So what that's going to do is make him a better zoner. So he's pushing you out, armoring up, and putting the purple portal up at the same time. Yeah. Meanwhile, we've given him a new drop kick, like portal drop kick, where one leg comes from like above and one comes from behind. Basically unblockable. Yeah. You could dash out of it. So actually, let's not make it dash out of it. We could. Actually, yeah, we just make it fucking unblockable. Yeah, whatever. He's going ham. And then we'll probably make his current down forward 4 track more. All right, so we're going to do current down forward 4 track. But then you got a mind game, right? You're either doing, I'm going to move from the unblockable or get clipped by the down forward 4. All right, okay, so this is going back to Quan for a moment here, yeah? He's got no armor portal, so he's going to be playing a zoning game of just getting 3 like small hits at a time, while also zoning out with skulls and boots and all that. And then removing all of his gaps, giving him a 7 frame down 1 and giving him 1000 health. Right now Quan Chi is playing a game. He's playing the game in his own way. It's going to be cheap like sorcery type stuff, but he's not going to be as annoying to play against. He's not going to be as annoying to play. Havoc, we're removing his health. We're buffing the tether, we're nerfing the maximum damage get off the tether, and we're making it 1 bar. So he's going to be playing a game of I'm tethering you the game. That's what we're doing with him. We're just letting him tether you, but he's not going to hit you hard. That's his character like gimmick, isn't it? So we're just going to do that for him. Reptile, I'm making him MKX Reptile. EX invisibility on block, your plus. Back 2 is doing more damage and it's giving you massive advantage on hit, so you can set up assists. And his projectiles are like old Reptile, where he's got slow, fast, forceful for no bar. You can follow him. Meterless spit, it's fast, high projectile. Peacemaker, I'm sort of like putting him halfway between what he was and what he is, and well, yeah, that's pretty much with him. And you can't torpedo into assist. I'm giving him the mid back, but you can't do it into assist. So like you risk your life doing it, but you do have a god tier move. Melina, I'm giving her a size. I'm giving her a buff for her raised tar cut move. Giving her the size back, buffing all of her projectiles and making 1-2 better. Ashra, we just done a bunch of godlike changes for what you're probably here for. Boom, check them out. Make 1-2 high mid to be balanced. But what? Like, there's nothing she can do off of that. It's real. Or for life. Facts. Appreciate it. Appreciate it. Thank you very much, Best Eternia. I guess she does Lao Hat. Yeah, she does Lao Hat. Melina top one with these changes. You don't know what other characters are getting yet. Hold on. All right, pick a character. You have the luxury of picking a character. Oh, you want to see Ashra? Ashra's changes are godlike. Her down forward one is now -12 at worst. So she got the Kenshin change, yeah. Like the hell mode down forward one. Forward 3 is now 19, yeah, right. And she has, oh yeah, I need to. Was it new string? Forward 3-1, right. The one is the same information from that for 3-1, right? So that one there, yeah. And it also works with the debuff. So Ashra is putting these debuffs on you. That's her game now. She's putting the. She's gonna shoot you with her little projectile and dark stance. Put the debuff on you. She's gonna overhead you. No, she's gonna throw you. Actually, that's it. She's gonna throw you and put on the debuff. Like, you know how she does 3 strikes. None of them put on a debuff. If she's in dark stance, she's gonna debuff you. And if she's in light stance and she throws you when you got the debuff on you, it becomes a launcher. The same way Takeda's works, right? And the throw is gonna leave you close. So she's gonna get a throw loop. She's gonna get a better overhead. And she's going to get a slightly better projectile. Actual ham character. Godlike character. And then, oh yeah, down back 2 has a further horizontal hitbox and leaves them close. That's so she can do a different combo ender. And it'll still keep you close without sacrificing damage as well. That was the idea. We buff Raiden. Be an Ashra you'd like to play. That is a cool Ashra. Never gonna happen. Alright. Let's see. Ghostface, he's not changing. That character is not changing at all. He's actually fine as he is. I wouldn't nerf him, I wouldn't buff him. I think there's nothing wrong with him. Oh yeah, Lee May. We're still going to do Lee May. Yeah, Lee May, you can do some cool things for her. I haven't thought of any yet, but I will.
Academy.
Want more stuff to do into Lantern. So I'm going to give... First thing I'm going to do is give... When she throws you, the Lantern cooldown timer stops. So it kind of freezes. So that you can get launches into the Lantern. Okay, see, like that. But for more throws. Because at the minute, like, this is practically impossible to do. It's only in practice mode can you do that. But then I'd give it so that she can do that for real. Let's see. I'd make this mid. I know that like that would kind of nullify the purpose of this move, but I think something that I don't like about her is that you pretty much always end up ending your combos in the air like that. I want to be able to use that as a combo ender and not sacrifice the damage. So I'd probably like give her some way to maybe like combo that or get a ground bounce. That's what I do. I'll give her like a. You know how like Sub-Zero has 1-2 in the air and it gives you a ground bounce. So I'd give her a string of ground bounce. I'd like maybe make like this whole string ground bounce. So that you could end with that. And then you could do your Lantern and then you can start doing your Lantern into pro sort of thing. You see what I mean? Because if you did that for real, the Lantern's going to disappear. And obviously there's not likely you're going to be able to get that in the first place. Make the pack 2-1 have heaps of advantage on knockdown so you can set up Lantern and go strike. But yeah, that's what I'm saying. See the idea? You're not going to get that for real. basically, yeah, with those couple of changes, it would make her be able to throw you more into that. Let's see. I don't actually think Lee May is that terrible of a character as she is. I don't even think she's that bad to play either. I think, yeah, this her thing would be like, make this mid, make this have more advantage, make the lantern timer freezes on a throw. So she can always do that, and then I'd maybe let her move about as well, if you can use that in the corner. Like a reversal launch. You can make that launch already though. That. The link for the new patch, yeah, twitch.tv/Foxy Grandpa. 100% I can tell you. Just doing shit that we think, well, that I would change about the game to make everyone's character sick. Right. Let's see. Hulu, hold on. We're thinking of changing Lee May up. I think realistically, like the way she's designed is fine. I'd make this have no flawless block punish. Because you're spending the bar already. Alright, just let it be safe. I do Scorpion. No, I'm not going to do all the characters. I'm going to do some. I'll do like a couple more. I really do think Lee May is pretty sick, and the problems that she had, they've actually fixed them. So like even then, like she's had most of her issues resolved. Just do with a couple of like quality of life things and some things to make her lantern game stronger. Oh, I know what you could do. Right. You know how this is kind of useless? EX Lantern. Yeah, you could make an EX Lantern, or what I was thinking was, yeah, you know how this is useless? I'd let her do block pressure off of lanterns. So like you'd have a lantern there. So you do like that. Boom. I'd give her. Say there's a lantern over you. Know how she can flip kick you into the lantern? I'd make it so flip kick now ignites the lantern and she's plus. Boom. Now she's got a whole new thing she can use the lantern for. At the minute, the lantern's only any good for stopping people jumping or on hit, which is basically kind of the same sort of thing, isn't it? That'd be pretty cool, I reckon. Yeah. Well, she's already a pressure character. I'd just be like, this would just be buffing her pressure, isn't it? It'd be the same sort of idea. And some nerfs. I don't know if I'd be nerfing people though, because I'm going to bring all of these characters up to some sort of madness level. Homelander players obviously like playing Homelander, and people, they like playing their character because their character's dumb, or that people like playing their characters because their character's good. But yeah, Homelander's getting deleted out of the game anyway. All right, let me write down Lee May's changes. Yeah, there we go. Lee May. Lantern can now be detonated. Block with down back 3. Frame trap. Back 2-4 is mid. Back 2-1 as much more advantage. 2-1. Was it air? 2-1, 2-1. There's a ground bounce so that you can use the back 2-1 to end the combo. When Ime throws the opponent, the lantern timer freezes, so she can throw people into it. All right, so this, all of these things together mean, all right, okay, all of these things together, right, means he's doing theoretical block pressure there, yeah, with the lantern. So she's got a free, what would normally cost another character a bar, she's got free pressure, yeah, or a lantern. And then she hits you, puts up the lantern again, and then you got that same scenario again, yeah. Probably do a similar sort of thing to what I was doing with Ashra here, where she throws you a lantern that comes out. That explodes, boom, a lantern is there. Yeah, I'm gonna put that down. That'd be pretty sick. Throws you into a lantern spawn. Throw on a hit leaves a lantern. What else did I say? What else did I say? Said that's plus and block. This is giving her a lantern into that. Yeah, she can do more throws into lanterns. Crowley's a lantern. This is mid. And yeah, I think that'd be fine to her. She'd be getting meatless pressure. So like, say you're playing Lao, Lime, you get meatless pressure. Yeah, that'd be pretty sick. All right, okay. Let's do one more character. Airstring ground bounce. I think I've written that. Hold on. Yeah, air 2-1-2-1. There's a ground bounce. Lou. All right, okay. Let's have a look at Lou.
Liu Kang. Kung Lao. Kung Lao. Kung Lao. Wu Shi Academy.
Problem with Lou, right, is you don't need a buff to him. Actually, I do. I know. I'll change about Lou immediately. Lou's movement's going to be getting extra buffed. Like, his backdash is going to go like maybe half the distance more or a third the distance more than he's doing at the minute.
Death to a demon.
His forward dash is okay, but I'll definitely buff his movement backwards. I don't really think he is actually fine. He's just boring. That's the thing. He's fine, but he's boring. Maybe I'd give him another plus sort of string we could do. Rework him. I mean, you could, if you wanted to take the easy way out and rework him like to his strengths, you'd literally just make him MKX. You make this into a restand, and then he'd just be doing this. Into a restand, into guess again. I said make forward 1-6 frames and stand 1-7. That's a buff though. You don't need the buff. Even that is a privilege. Don't need to swap it. Command grab. No, I'm not giving him a command grab. He's already got. Are these actual changes? No. Not yet. Okay, what I'll do then, for the sake of just loot, like this would be a buff to him. I'd make this an actual auto shimmy because online this is an auto shimmy, offline it's not. So I'd make it an actual auto shimmy. That'd be a restand. He just needs fireball cancel. You don't need fireball cancel, so that's just an MKX thing. Like, he's not typically a fireball cancel character. He's just had that in MKX. But he is typically really strong at strike throw. And in this game he still is. It's just that his movement shit. I think that's like the thing I don't like about him the most. His movement shit. His combos are a bit dead. Maybe you could give him like some sort of follow-up after that in the air. Give him some like MKX Ninja Killer type combo, you know? Into fly kick or something, I don't know. Or like give Lewis command grab. No, I'm not giving him a command grab. He ain't getting a command grab. I've just given him an auto shimmy. I ain't giving him a command grab. Who's not a grappler like that? Okay. I know what you could give him from MKX actually. Is MKX back 2? It'd have to be a different input. I'll give him like back 1, right? I'd make his MKX back 2 in this game. So I've given him an auto shimmy here. He's already got a throw combo, and I've given him a restand off the bicycle kick. So now he's got auto shimmy, throw combo, and overhead, right? A safe overhead that knocks down. What was the back 2? It was an overhead. It weren't safe, but it was to certain shit, I think. With the T-Rex arms, he can't play neutral or outspace someone. He's not meant to play. He's not meant to be like outspacing people though. It's not his archetype. This? Oh yeah, I think this might be. I'd be doing it on that. That's like the string that you want. This is the string that you want to put the power in, innit? So then you can play around forward 4 and his new back one that I'd be giving him, which is the MKX type overhead or some form of overhead. You could give him like forward 3, like his. No, I wouldn't give him his MKX overhead. I'd give him his MK9 overhead, right? If any of you remember that, it was like it was forward 3. It was like a. You know, because if any of you play Tekken, you know, like Kazuya Mishima forward 3 type move. Axe kick. It was an axe kick, and it didn't knock down, but it gave him advantage. So you'd be able to just like chip away at your health bar by hitting you with the overhead. Get you to stand up, and then when you're standing up, throw you. So basically all I'll be doing is buffing his whole strike throw game and his movement. So like what you're talking about, his T-Rex arms, is irrelevant anyway, because when you got fireballs, you don't care about your range being bad. You just don't. Wow, that's not how it works. Is it back 2 from MK9? No, it was forward 3 in MK9. Yeah, when you got fireballs and shit, you can't complain about having T-Rex arms. You don't have T-Rex arms, you got a fireball. Yeah, what I've done is to buff up his strike throw, giving him an overhead to put in there, giving him a new combo. The thing with Lou is, like I said, I don't think he's a bad character. You could buff the things he's already good at, that's fine, but that'd just be in line with the other things I've done here, just buffing the things that characters are already good at. Make him a bit more interesting to play. Not like Lou's even got any cool mechanics or anything to play around. You probably could give him a mechanic, actually. You know, he's got alright, okay, just say fuck it and give him a mechanic. All right, so he's got you know how his fireball's like yin yang color. You just do the duelist type thing. Give him the duelist stance thing going on. The blue one and the orange one. Maybe you do. Okay, all right, okay. You could do it. You could do it within his combos, right? So you know how I've given him. Said like, yeah, you give him that. You could do like blue stance fireball. Blue stance fireball will give him more chip damage or something like that. And then you could make the red stance fireball do more damage on hit off of everything.
Sang buff, sing buff, sing buff, sing buff, sing buff, sing buff, sing buff.
If you want to go real crazy, you could do like EX, put both of them on, and then just like turn it into an explosion. So like, you could do like his overhead into explode into launch, sort of like a noob cybot sort of thing. All right, what do Lou players reckon about that? Let's write down these theoretical Lou buffs here. So, new overhead, forward 3, same as MK9, forward 3. He has new combo routes. Oh, okay, these are actually pretty sick. No, you're not getting a fireball cancel. You're not getting a new fireball cancel. Listen to what I'm saying about this. I've already devised a sick game plan for you. New combo routes after instant air fireball mid-screen. Forward 4-3 is a real auto shimmy.
Justice for the Queen.
Hey, nice one, Blunts, Roman, and Miraculous. Appreciate you, motherfuckers. Thank you for being here so long. Shang buffs, Shang buffs, Shang buffs, Shang buffs. I think Shang's going to be on the next episode. We're making a wish list. No, we're making a list of demands. No, I'm just doing what I think would make characters cool. So forward 4-3 is real auto shimmy. He's got the overhead. All right, so he's got 2 stances. Blue flame, red flame. And hit by anything blue flame. Everything chip is increased. And hit by red flame. Damage on hit is increased. And then backdash distance travel buff. And then EX fireball moves. Put both flames on. And be detonated. Sort of like Noob Cybot. And Asher actually in it. And then so he can cancel forward 3 into launches. And oh yeah, I said was it back forward 4 restands. Boom. Alright. Do you see the vision, Lou players? You see the visions, yeah? All right, so you got combo. Let's say them in blue flame stance here, yeah? I'll do my combo into that. Imagine this second back 2-3 here is air fireball, right? So it'd be boom, air fireball into restand, right? So now they're restood with a blue flame on them, so you're doing more chip, yeah? Or you could do like, imagine this is an air fireball into the EX version, yeah? So you do the EX one. Do the EX fireball in this spot to the restand, yeah? Now you've spent a bar and your new forward 3 overhead here is a launch. So now you've created a potent mix up for everything. Your throw is a launch, your overhead is a launch, and your auto shimmy is a launch. Yeah, that would be sick. That would be sick for Liu Kang. It'd be actually mental. And he'd have God movement as well. Everything that he does that has any sort of fire on it is gonna it's gonna put that debuff on him. What the what patch? This is the make every character sick patch, yeah. Think, but yeah, Lou players, thoughts. Opium patch before they abandon the game. If I had the power to mod the game and do this kind of thing, I promise you I'd make all your characters sick. I go kind of crazy. That's what I'm saying. Toilet Terror Edition. Sharon.
You're a fat white boy with a mullet. Shut the fuck up.
I think that's all the characters I'm gonna do for the minute. I think those go pretty hard for those characters.
I remember your name now. Now that you talk, I know your name. Yes.